Welcome back to the channel. You guys already know what it is. In today's video, I just want to state I got a green screen, guys. Isn't it sick, man? Just a little bit more action on the channel, right? You know, I want to add a little bit more value to the channel, guys. So click that subscribe button. You already know what it is. Let me make that change back from buying this green screen. You know, nonetheless, we are going to be following up on one of the legends of this channel, Johnny Somali, guys. If you guys don't know, my biggest video on this channel is around 90,000 views. It's a big accomplishment for me personally, but nonetheless, that video, if you want to watch it after this one, go ahead. It showcases a bit of what Johnny Somali is about, and also if you don't like the guy, he does get knocked out, so you get to see that as well. So take a look at it after. Johnny Somali essentially is a nuisance that is from America. He is not from Somalia. I don't even know if he's Somalian, but regardless, he goes to other countries, mainly Asia, but he has traveled to countries like Israel.
What's your name?
I have a boyfriend. I care.
Your boyfriend? How much money you got?
Lot.
Not a lot. How much you got? What's your net worth? Tell me.
I have to go.
You got a broke ass. I'll buy you. Come on. You a bad bitch. I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God. I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby. Baby, I'll change your life. I promise you. You a bad bitch right here. Like, you gay? You gay? No, I'm not. You want to fight right now? We can fight right now. Okay. I'm touching you. No way.
He's traveled to Korea, as we're gonna see. He's traveled to Japan. That's the one he's most infamous for, and maybe somewhere else. I don't know. You know, I gave up after the Israel saga, but you know, then he ended up in Korea. So we're gonna pick up from there, guys. So subscribe to the channel once again. Like the video. Let me know in the comments below which place do you think he caused most damage to. I think it was Japan, but in Korea, man, they don't play around in Korea, guys. It just did not turn out the way I think he thought it was gonna turn out. So let's take a look.
A line of other Koreans formed, asking to fight him next.
Check your Instagram DM. Let's fight me. I will kill you.
If you're in a 20-mile radius to where I live, be prepared to see me.
Until a Korean Navy SEAL went out and actually found him in his hotel.
Hey.
Oh man, he got a Navy SEAL treatment.
야, Somali.
It's almost like he knows it's gonna happen.
What you got? What you mean? What you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Or maybe he just always thinks he's gonna get messed up.
And now YouTuber Rotten Mango decided to cover the incident, but to explain the significance of this is on YouTube.
She made an amazing transition. I want to say, guys, I've been watching YouTube for a while, guys, and she was doing mukbangs in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, let me just fix the green screen, guys. I know it's acting up, but she was doing mukbangs, and then out of nowhere, she just started doing, I guess, deep dives into certain like creepypastas, and then I don't know, now she's just reviewing Korean stuff. I think she's Korean, but good on her, man. She's been doing this for a while.
She has nearly 4 million subscribers, with 1.8 million views on this video in the first week. And even though I've seen similar numbers recently, Rotten Mango, or Stephanie Sue, is in the top 100 on Apple Podcasts, and even ranked number 17 on Spotify with the second most watched true crime podcast. So even though me, Asmon Gold, and Abba and Preach have received millions of views covering Johnny's descent into internet obscurity, we all kind of sit under the same umbrella online, sharing much of the same audience and repeated viewer. But Stephanie Sue in the Rotten Mango podcast introduces Johnny's crimes against Korea to millions of other more offline people, which is only going to apply further pressure to the Korean government to do something very uncharacteristic and absolutely throw the book at an American, as something like 16 years in prison is on the table. And although it seems
that is true, I think since she's not from this verse, right, you know, there's a certain amount of you guys, you know, whether it's on my channel, the bigger channels, you watch both channels, everyone kind of circulates in this kind of verse. She's from a different verse, the true crime verse, which I do watch sometimes. It's a whole different universe. So for them to catch light of Johnny Somali now, almost trickling into this verse, it's like the YouTube multiverse of madness now, you know. And since that side is more, I guess, societally, I don't even know what word I'm trying to use. The news is going to pick up on her content more than it'll pick up on my content, Albert Preach content. This guy's content, right? So that's essentially where he's getting at. So it's bad. It's going to get really bad for Johnny, because now he's left the verse. He's left the
Seems
verse.
silly that a podcast documentary can actually impact the outcome of a court case. Just remember how R. Kelly's crimes were basically an open secret for several decades until Lifetime made a documentary about him, reminding the public to demand justice. As this even has NBC News reporting on Johnny Somali or Ramzi Khalid Ismail, with Dexerto stating he's facing up to 7 years in jail for sharing AI-generated content, putting his previous actions under a microscope, which now may actually lead to terror charges. I hope those $3 super chats were worth it, as he's been basically begging for international notoriety, and now he's put both himself and South Korea's justice system in the spotlight. So if they want to avoid advertising themselves as spineless jellyfish to the international community, further inviting more unemployed behaviors to plague their streets, they're gonna need to lock up Johnny for a very long time, as those videos might actually be his final goodbye to the internet. That's why it's great we have the sponsor for today's video, Raycon. With Black Friday and Cyber Monday shopping coming up,
he's doing Raycon. If you want to support, go to his channel and click on it if you need to buy Raycon headphones. I have Dre Beats, so I don't really need them, so we're just gonna, skip-a-roo.
Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/decoyvoice. Now, the beginning of the end for him began when he was literally being hunted during his live streams. So he switched to live streaming inside what appeared to be an empty room, until internet sleuths caught a brief glimpse of a blurry pizza box that locals were quickly able to identify. And as he tried to antagonize the Koreans even further, they caught a reflection of the room off his cell phone, identifying a particular exit sign.
That is some next level detective work. That's some Conan O'Brien shit. What the hell did I just see?
And an internet cafe monitor as a chat filled with messages stating they...
It's like that Asian dude that could find any girl on Instagram, which I think is crazy. He must... If you guys know what I'm talking about, and he makes those videos, they look cool, but I think he finds them first. And then he finds a fun, cool way to search it out on the video. I don't know, because it's just... There's no way you're hitting it 1-for-1 each time like that.
Knew where he was staying.
Nor should you be looking up girls to that degree. That's wild.
As shortly after that, that Korean Navy SEAL found him in the street. But luckily for Johnny, the local authorities were nearby to rescue him.
My hat. Slap him too.
Arresting the Korean UDT SEAL that showed absolutely no remorse.
I'll do it again. I'll do it.
My understanding, that guy had his bail.
Good night, Somali. Good night. Good night, man. Saying I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. He said, bro, I will do it again. Watch when I get out. I know this guy. He's just showing face. Watch when I get out. I don't condone violence, YouTube. I don't condone violence.
Luxury hotel, and upcoming legal fees crowdfunded, as he's basically seen as both a local and international hero, just as I predicted would happen years ago. So being afraid to live stream anything but audio, he's resorted to essentially hosting conference calls on X, as these could barely gain a couple hundred listeners, which is a huge drop off from his thousands of video views and the millions of people who would tune in to see him find out, which again was another one of my predictions, that he would slowly slip into internet obscurity, as he provides nothing of value other than internet fame and fortune for whoever can find him in the streets, or for insanely famous podcasters to make thousands if not tens of thousands of dollars off of, as I imagine she'll get at least 3 million views, showing a new side of the internet, exactly why he's despised by everybody.
I don't know, man. I know he's making a point, but this is the second time I just feel like, I don't want to use the word jealous, but I feel like there's some animosity there, the fact that she made this video and she's not from the verse, and she has like more views than like all of us collective, aside from maybe Auburn Preach, right? And it's kind of like this dude probably was the one to recrack this case, and then she gave her perspective on it. I don't know if he's Korean. I think he may be Korean. I believe she's Korean, right? But I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this. He's not giving off the energy. I just feel it, because it's like, why kind of bring that up again like that? Just Just say she made the video. Just say she made a video about it, you know.
Anybody else.
And he starts
Just
stripping
the
off
view
his
focus,
shirt. He's
I
trying
guess,
to
is
dance
what's throwing
all
me
up
off.
on this female figure, rubbing baby oil onto her, and the Koreans are screaming at him in Korean.
And to make it worse, that statue
pretty
is supposed
funny,
to be of a kid, which may
Oh,
make
wow.
his dance a much more serious crime.
Then
So at
better
least to
to keep
Johnny
it off.
Somali, worst case is he streams that garbage to a couple thousand people on the shadiest streaming site online and nobody notices. And best case, I guess, is he's featured on the #2 crime podcast in the world. Then the mainstream news media picks it up, and now you're going viral for making a video doing very suggestive things to a statue of a kid that was specifically made to commemorate how foreigners committed crime.
I don't think he knew that it was a kid. I also don't think he knew the context behind the statue. I think he at least knew it was a statue of some form of prominence, and he wanted to deface it for the sake of content. I will give everybody that. And I'm not caping for the guy. It's just to read into it that deep, like he did his research, ChatGPT, and made sure that was, you know, that statue to just add the cherry on top spice for the content. I don't think he did that. So just to say that, it's almost like a nothing burger.
Against kids. So he thought he was being funny to
But it is
idiots
still
online
fucked up.
when he was really reopening one of the most sensitive issues in South Korean history and now making it about him.
little
And
arcade
speaking of
game
sensitive
gadget thing
political
on the left.
issues,
Pretty
after
cool.
he was streaming alongside some girl, recording himself vandalizing another guy's home,
up with him and
Johnny
oil?
later displayed to his live stream
he
AI
getting all this
generated
oil
videos of him hooking up with a female streamer, which violates a brand new bill specifically made to charge people with those videos up
Wow.
to 7 years in jail. So
That's
some
crazy.
Korean politician is about to boost their entire career off this incident, as there was never a worse time to be this ignorant to local laws. And
Yeah.
I don't think Johnny's intentionally
That's wild.
speedrunning going to prison, but if
Could you imagine Buddy went there thinking everything was crispy, and then they just made a Johnny Somali freaking law? Like, it's basically a Johnny Somali law. That's what it is.
he was, I don't think he would do anything different. As Dexerto previously reported, he was facing 10 years in jail, which started from his first charge of causing a commotion in a convenience store that in comparison was one of his more milder offenses that he recorded himself committing.
Stupid. You. You Chinese.
But just
See, he knew what he was doing. He's in Korea. Like, obviously, he's trying to be provocative, calling her Chinese. But, bro, if he was in, like, a Jamaican store, just, I don't know, Russia, or just anywhere else, if he went back to Israel or something, they would have whooped his life out, bro. Yo, Korea, don't... Japan, they did what they could. And you guys are putting in work. I've seen other clips, but it's like, don't let the man get away with this. Like, that guy, bro, that I do it again guy, bro. Just, I don't condone violence. But set an example. This looks like when it was... Let's see where this is from.
like in Japan,
Yeah, this
he's
is the
been
Japan
bothering
clip. Yo, guys, check my clip out. I'll plug it in again. Trust me, man. I don't know if anyone else really has it out there. I've seen some people reclip it too. Just so.
their citizens for a while, until the authorities arrested him over something simple as
looks like the
trespassing into a
Bleach
construction
part where
site.
Ichigo
Now the
gets the
Japanese
bouncer.
made the mistake of letting him off easy, believing his lies and just deporting him. And the citizens are already seeing the effects of allowing foreigners to completely disregard your culture, which is why I think Korea has to absolutely throw the book at him, as not only did the entire world see some idiot twerk and pour baby oil over a statue of a little girl, but also violate a brand new law specifically made in response to public outrage over deepfakes. This case is becoming so
They're going to just use him as a perfect example because when you think about it, the law in itself, when it came out, maybe people didn't like it. Maybe they thought it was a waste. What's the point? And then you get the perfect scapegoat idiot. One for one falls in line with what the freaking law is. You can't make this up.
so
You can't
high
make this
profile
up.
that if they don't imprison him for at least half a decade, they're basically broadcasting not only to Koreans, but the entire world that their laws actually don't mean anything. And other streamers know this, as Legal Mindset is begging people to come forward.
For example, the people that he sexually harassed, you need to go file a complaint. Right now, the system looks at how many charges are there. If this guy gets 10, 20 charges against him, he's screwed.
As the convenience store wasn't the only place he bothered workers. He also bothered other streamers. He bothered random buskers. He and his stupid Korean
that's
friend
such a
bothered random girls in the streets.
Hey, girl, You want me on stream? My
Hey,
first
groups.
even following them into stores.
Why are these?
Isn't it crazy how he always can find one or a couple people from the couple? It's not that crazy, but like he always has one or two people from the country that are just as degenerate as him, willing to go around and just be the almost face of the country in the negative sense with this dude, which is just wild. I wonder what the backlash is for these individuals. Someone needs to make a follow-up on that.
She ran back in the store, bro. Well, I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out. This your friend right here?
And shouting at old ladies just begging for change.
Get lost.
Don't say that, you piece of crap.
Get the on. Come on.
As much as I think Johnny and Johnny Jr. are losers, I think that Korean dude that follows them around for secondhand clout is the most pathetic person I've seen on the internet. So I feel no sympathy for him, as he may have legal issues of his own, and he's pretty much earned it. Hanging out with a guy that literally despises his entire existence.
I like to make content that makes people violent. I hate Asians. I think all Asians need to be exterminated. Somebody please put this on the news tomorrow.
Which this too turns out to be a crime in Korea, punishable by up to 7 years in jail. On top of the time he went into their subway system, broadcasting that he has a device.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다. 나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
Which again violates local laws that could get him an additional 2 years in prison. So Dexerto said 10 years in prison. My math here adds up to 16, with some people even saying 29 years. But I guess the sentence length is irrelevant when Korea had an over 99% conviction rate. Now I understand long prison sentences isn't as common in Korea, but the justice system is more of a deterrence for.
The thing is, they said that about Japan too, and that was the case in Japan, but this guy got let off scotch-free. He got let off scotch-free. I don't know, maybe these laws aren't as embedded, there's not as much precedent there for it to stick, and then worst case, they're gonna deport Buddy, just like they did in Japan, but we'll see.
For future offenders and rehabilitating previous offenders. So this particular scenario has zero drawbacks when you can imprison someone for several years, then immediately deport him back to his home country. And although incarceration is incredibly expensive, it just might be worth the worldwide headlines of "Do not f with Korea." We got military-age men that'll beat you up everywhere. We got high-speed internet to live stream your beating from every angle. Then we let you rot in a box over laws you never knew existed. And that message is priceless. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on exactly why.
Give the guy a sub, check him out, man. That was a pretty good brief breakdown of Johnny Somali, the update of Johnny Somali. He did not go over really the Japan situation. He did not go over the Israel situation. And not that I don't mean like what's going on now, you know what I mean? Johnny Somali. I'm gonna double check if I have that second one on my channel. I'm gonna repost it or just unprivate it if it is private, but I'll post both of them in the link at the end of the video, guys, so you can check out what happened in Japan and check out what happened in Israel. I'm pretty sure I went pretty well in depth, more or less, on those locations. And then here we are with Korea. If you like this one, maybe I'll do a deep dive into Johnny's craziness in Korea, but he was getting his butt kicked. There was one case where, he was getting at someone's girlfriend and he got chased down by like 9 people. I don't condone violence, YouTube, but it was marvelous. So subscribe to the channel, guys. Like the video, especially if you like this new format. Oh, I just hit the mic. You already know what it is. Take it easy.
I like booty.